Listen, let me ask you a serious question real fast. Lately, have you been feeling like something strange is happening around you? And it's not in a dramatic way or anything like that, but it's in small ways that you can't quite explain. It's like you can't put your finger on it. It's like people are acting different around you. They're acting strange. They're acting weird. Your mindset is shifting. Certain situations, it's like it's repeating themselves over and over again. And deep down, you've been wondering, what does this actually mean? Why is this happening? Well, I'm about to tell you why. Because when someone's wealth timeline begins activating, something unusual starts happening in their life, in your life. When it comes to reality, reality around you begins shifting before your circumstances change, okay? When it comes to people, it's like people react to your energy differently, okay? Your awareness becomes sharper, and certain signs, it's like they begin appearing that most people will overlook. But if you've been paying attention lately, you've probably started noticing all of these signs already, haven't you? Now, the truth is, when it comes to these signs, some of these signs are actually a little disturbing, all right? Because these signs, they actually reveal how much your reality is already beginning to change, how much it's beginning to shift. Now, let's talk about these signs, all right? Because if several of these signs have been happening to you lately, if they have been happening to you in your life right now, it means that your wealth timeline has already been rewriting the reality around you, okay? Now, the first sign that I know you're going through right now, it's like you suddenly start seeing people's true intentions. Conversations that once felt normal, now they suddenly feel revealing. You begin noticing small details in how people speak. It's like you're reading in between the words right now. You see how they react when you talk about your future. You see how they respond when you mention success or when you mention opportunity. And if you've been honest with yourself lately, you've probably realized that some of these people that I'm talking about right now were never rooting for you in the first place. But here's where it gets interesting, okay? You didn't suddenly become more suspicious, your awareness became sharper. Okay. And when someone's life is preparing to elevate, when you're preparing to receive financial abundance in your life, your intuition becomes harder to ignore. Now, another sign that I want you to pay attention to, you feel strangely calm about things that used to stress you out, things that used to make you worry, situations that once made you anxious no longer affect you in the same way. It's almost like your mind has stepped outside of the chaos, right? You observe things instead of reacting to them, and you've probably noticed this lately, okay? You've probably noticed this about yourself, haven't you? And that quiet calm, it isn't random. It often appears when your subconscious has already accepted a new life chapter is approaching to you, that wealth is about to enter into your life. Now, another sign that I want you to pay attention to, certain people begin acting uncomfortable around you. Even when you haven't even changed your behavior in any kind of way, it's like they seem like they are just slightly irritated by you, or just slightly distant, or just suddenly competitive with you, right? And you can't even explain why. You don't even know why, okay? But if you think about it, you've probably noticed this at least about one person recently, okay? Maybe over the weekend or anything like that. Sometimes when people, they can sense your momentum in someone's life before it even becomes visible. They can feel the shift, all right? And that awareness can make them feel uneasy. All right. Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, you begin feeling less attached to your old environments, right? Places that once felt comfortable to you now, it's like those places feel limiting to you. Certain conversations, they feel repetitive. Certain routines, it's like it feels meaningless to you right now. Now, there's a growing feeling inside you that feels that your life is supposed to move towards a different direction right now, isn't it? And that's been happening to you for a while, hasn't it? telling you, that feeling that you have been having is not random. It often appears when your identity is evolving beyond your current circumstances, okay? Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, okay? You begin predicting things, even moments before it even happens. You think about someone and then they text you or they call you or they reach out to you. You almost say something out loud that someone else was about to say, all right? And you sense how conversations will unfold before it even happens. Now, at first, you may have brushed this off, right? You may have been like, oh, okay. But then it kept happening to you a lot, all right? Just too often, almost like your mind is slightly ahead of reality. Have you noticed this? I'm telling you. Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, certain opportunities, it's like they're going to start appearing in strange ways. Not huge, life-changing ones immediately, not those kind of opportunities, but subtle ones. A conversation, an idea, a connection, okay? Something that feels small at first, but it carries unusual potential, all right? And that's strange. And the strange part of this is that these opportunities, they seem to appear randomly, right? But they often appear when someone's awareness begins aligning with a new path, when your awareness begins aligning with this new timeline. Now, another sign that I know you're going through, you begin noticing patterns repeating in your life. All right. And I'm not just talking about numbers, but I'm talking about situations. The same type of advice appearing from different places, the same ideas showing up in different conversations. You overhear these conversations, the same message appearing in videos, books, and just random comments, right? Almost like reality just keeps repeating something until you finally realize it, until it finally gets through that thick skull of yours, right? Now, if you've been paying attention, then this has probably been happening to you more recently, hasn't it? I'm telling you. Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, you feel an unusual pressure just to move forward. And it's not panic and it's not fear, but it's like a quiet urgency, almost like something inside you knows that your life cannot remain the same for much longer, okay? And that feeling that you have to grow right now, to improve, to change something, I'm telling you, that is the feeling that you're having, and it can feel kind of uncomfortable. But that feeling is a powerful indicator that your mindset is evolving right now. Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, you start recognizing how small people think, okay? You notice how people just focus on limitations right now, how people constantly give excuses, how people constantly give out worst case scenarios, right? And suddenly those conversations, it's like they start to feel exhausting because your mind has started focusing on possibility instead of restriction, okay? Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, you begin imagining a future that once felt unrealistic to you, a different lifestyle, more freedom, financial freedom, more financial stability. You're imagining this right now. And you even imagine more control over your time. And the strange part of this is that those thoughts, they don't feel like they're impossible anymore. Those ideas, they feel achievable, don't they? They feel like this, don't they? Now, here's the truth that most people never ever realize when it comes to this feeling, when it comes to these thoughts. When someone's life is about to elevate, that shift begins internally, okay? It begins in their mindset, okay? Their mindset expands, their perception changes, their instincts become sharper, okay? And slowly, it's like reality begins responding to that new awareness that you have right now, which is why these signs appear before the results happen in your life. I'm telling you, the awareness comes first, then the opportunity comes, then the transformation will happen, okay? Now, here's another sign that I know that you're going through right now. You become more selective about who you allow around you, okay? Certain energies, they start to feel draining to you. Certain conversations, it's like they feel pointless. And you begin protecting your time, you begin protecting your energy and your attention much carefully right now. okay? Now, another sign that I know you're going through right now, you begin trusting your intuition more than those outside opinions that you used to rely on. Advice that once influenced your decisions, suddenly it feels irrelevant to you. You begin realizing that your own instincts have been guiding you all along, all this time, right? I'm telling you. Now, another sign that I know you're going through, you start realizing that your life may become much bigger than you ever imagined, okay? And that realization feels both exciting and slightly uncomfortable because growth always requires leaving something behind, making space for something new to come into your life, okay? That's why it feels uncomfortable, all right? Now, if several of these signs feel kind of familiar to you, if you've been going through this, if you've been noticing these shifts in your life lately, then there is a strong possibility that you're standing in the early stages of a major transition in your life, okay? Because before wealth enters someone's life externally, it appears internally. That's why you're seeing wealth internally, okay? Now, it's going to be in your awareness, it's going to be in your mindset, it's going to be in the way that you begin seeing the world, okay? And when that shift happens internally, reality eventually begins to catch up with your inner world, okay? You will see it externally. All right. So if life has been feeling different lately, weird, all right, there's certain things around you feel like they are just quietly changing, rearranging around you. You might not even noticed it, okay? You might not have noticed this, but your wealth timeline is already rewriting your reality right now as we speak, okay? And the future that you desire to have, you're moving towards it right now. It's much closer than you think. I'm telling you. The reason why you're coming across videos like this, it doesn't happen by mistake, all right? The universe put this video in your feed so you can watch it, so you can get the message, so you can know that you are going through these signs that I mentioned in this video because, like I said, you are stepping into your wealth timeline right now, okay? Now, thank you so much for tuning into Millionaire Mindset, where everything happens in divine time by divine design, but you are the divine design. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment on this video, and hype me up if you get a chance. To the next video, Millionaire Mindset, signing off.